Okay, so I got cut off. Um, so today's supposed to be the Great American Smokeout. So you're not supposed to smoke, and I'm not really a smoker, but I do enjoy a good cigar. And since having the boys, haven't really had the time to smoke a full cigar, but this is the kind of cigar I like right here. This is a Monte Cristo. This is actually a 19-year-old cigar, and when you have a good humidor, you can keep them for a long time. So this is how I'm celebrating. I'm celebrating by smoking a cigar, because it's America, and you should be able to smoke a cigar if you want to. You should be able to smoke cigarettes if you want to. Can't tell you how many times in my life I'd sit next to people that were smoking cigarettes, never say a word. But boy, I pull this puppy out and, oh, you're smoking a cigar, they stink. Well, you've been smoking cigarettes all night, I didn't say a word. So that's how I'm celebrating. I'm trying to think what else is new. Oh, so we just put out a Christmas song, and this was interesting, along the same lines of the political correctness that I don't want to go out. Same garbage with political correctness, right? So put out a Christmas song earlier in the week, and I go to promote it, and it doesn't promote. So it says you can appeal. So I hit appeal, and it right away, instantly, cannot promote. So I'm thinking to myself, wow, maybe some of this stuff that you hear on the news is true. You know, you're not allowed to say Merry Christmas anymore because, you know, you're going to offend somebody. You know, you're supposed to say Happy Holidays. And I'm thinking to myself, like, man, it was $20 worth of promoting over 7 days. Like $3 a day for 7 days. And I'm driving in my pickup truck here while I'm talking to you guys. So I come home, see my wife, and said, hey, most of you guys know my wife, Toby. Know her from social media. I said to her, you're never going to believe this. They would not let me advertise my song to get it out there for more people. It's a Christmas song. It's, you know, it's good for a few weeks, and then it's not good till next year. So I said, look, you hit the appeal button, and you it comes up as you know, not able to promote. So I show her, and of course now it does show something, and it says you're promoting alcohol to minors in your area. So now the first, you only get a minute of the song. So in the second verse, it says, sing it for you. This is a cappella while driving and smoking a cigar. Maybe that'll be a new platform. Instead of carpool karaoke, we've got carpool cigar smoking a cappella. So it's we love our local tavern. Everyone knows your name. They say, Johnny, where's your guitar? I say, we'll be back again. There's snow in the forecast. Winter's coming in. It's the country, my baby and me. So we love our local tavern. That's promoting alcohol to minors? That's crazy. That's insane. And I didn't hear the last verse because you can only put a minute up. And the last verse is, baby's on the front porch, sipping on some wine. I grab myself a cigar, the door it slams behind. We enjoy the peace and quiet. The boys are up in bed. It's the country, my baby and me. Sipping on some wine. Now, they didn't hear that, but sipping on some wine is not saying, hey, boys and girls, go out and raid your mom and dad's liquor cabinet and sip on some wine. No. Talking about something that we do at our house. We sit on a front porch. We live in the country. We enjoy it. We enjoy watching the cars go by. People beep because they know where I live. They know that They know who I am in this small little fishbowl that we live in Andover. I've had a band for 25 years. Get a beep of the horn, most of the time you don't know who it is, but it's someone who's probably seen us play. But I can't believe that they wouldn't let me advertise. It started going back 4th of July, we released what I would say is our first album. The way I've heard the music since I started playing. I took some years off because of a neck fusion, second neck fusion, and I didn't play. And family got mad because I was listening to talk radio and not listening to music. And they were like, well, you said you left it in a good spot. So if you did, you'd be listening to the radio. They had a valid point. My brother-in-law had a valid point. So a couple more conversations, I decided to change from blues to country/Americana. But like old country, where it's clever. Not chew tobacco, spit. Not, nothing like that. So, A is for America. We're in a political season now. It's a perfect song, perfect campaign song. And I've used it a couple times politically. I did post to Donald Trump, hey, you need a campaign song? It's a good song for a campaign song. Haven't heard anything back. But on the flip side of that, on the Democratic side, I think, me personally, that Tulsi Gabbard should be knocking the field out. She should be in first place, hands down. She's very smart. She's a veteran. Yes, according to last night, she was on Fox News for 4 years. Yes, that's where I first saw her. And to me, as a matter of fact, she might have even said it, she's a blue dog Democrat, kind of like what my grandfather was. More of a libertarian myself, but she's pretty much down the center of the road. And I think if she stays down the center of the road and stays with it, she'll be the last one standing. And I think that would be a great matchup, her and Donald Trump. I really do. So I put a post up at Tulsi Gabbard saying that, hey, I think if you stay down the center of the road and, healthcare, fine, pick that as your liberal, thing as far as Medicare for all, and you'll mop the field because, nobody's gonna vote for Bernie. Bernie had his shot a couple years ago. And anybody who votes for Bernie Sanders now, and I know I'm going to get all sorts of messages on this, he could have taken that to the floor and forced a vote with Hillary. He had all his supporters down in Philadelphia, and he could have taken the fact that they were using those super delegates and everything else, he could have forced that right onto the floor, and he might have taken the nomination from her right on the floor, because Lord knows he had enough support. But now it's 3 years later, and it's the same thing. He's yelling at everybody. It's the same message. He's 3 years older. And, it's just, we've heard it all before. Joe Biden seems like a nice guy. But it just, he's a grandpa. He's probably a great grandpa. And it's starting to show. And it's just, he needs to retire. He's done his service. We're grateful. We're grateful for his service. Hey, forget about all the other garbage that's going on. We're grateful for his service. Again, this is I'm having a cigar if you come in late for National Smokeout Day. I know you're not supposed to be smoking, but I enjoy a good cigar, and I don't have one often enough now. Used to every Monday night shoot pool on a pool team and have a cigar and a couple of beers. But you can't smoke in bars anymore, so I don't get the time with kids to sit down and smoke a cigar this size. But I'm running around doing errands, and I gotta go pick up my youngest son, so this is my protest cigar, because we're in America. Everybody knows you get cancer now. from smoking. You want to get cancer, smoke your brains out. It's your right. Like, to force it on somebody, I don't see it that way. The vaping thing, if that's a health issue, well, then that might be different. But again, if you know everything going in, you can't plead ignorance. So anyway, back to Tulsi Gabbard. So I put up A's for America saying, this would be a great country song for you. I'm at a red light, so I'm not doing anything that's not going to hurt anybody. So I put that up, and first thing that happens is the video's up, but there's no, and that's what happened really with The Country, My Baby and Me. I forgot that part, that I put it up and everything that I wrote about the song wasn't posted. Just the cover art for the single, and the first, I think, 2 verses. So there is an algorithm out there, or there's something out there that if you or you touch on the wrong subject, you're cut off. So I go back and I edit in everything that I had put for The Country, My Baby and Me. And then when I went to promote it, you've already heard that, what happened. So back to Tulsi Gabbard. They did the same thing. I had to go back and edit everything that I put up, thanking her for her service, saying that I think she's the one to beat, to stick it out, and that A's for America would make a great country song, would make a great song for her campaign, because it pokes a little fun at everybody, and it's clever, got a good beat to it, and that's the way old country music used to be. Clever lyrics, good beat, musically sound. They just put up I did a little video montage of pictures of flags and stuff like that with it, capturing the America theme. Nothing that I wrote went up, so I had to edit it yet again. But that time, because it's part of Facebook, they've taken away my ability to get to my Facebook page. So I can't post directly onto my Facebook page. I'm not really a tech guy, so I don't know how to get that back. But they took it away from me. That's the way I see it. It doesn't show up in my settings. I have another page, Growing Up Cash, for our lab cash that we hunt with, and that's there, but I have to search through my settings to find Nice Guy Johnny. And again, I can't post directly onto my own page. It just comes over from Instagram. So I can't post the gigs we're doing. That would be more for the local area people here in New Jersey. It's just mind-numbing to me that this would happen. And again, I still think she can run away with it. She just got to stay in there. She's just got to get the campaign funds. And we would love to come play that song for her on her campaign stops. We could work something out. I think that would be a way better matchup, her against Donald Trump, than anybody else, because it would actually be on issues. It wouldn't be just slinging mud to sling mud. That's one man's opinion, and I'm sure I'll get a bunch of messages as to how wrong I am, but that's how it is. But what's even more wrong is the fact that they take away your right to post. And what is amazing to me is that I was not able to promote The Country, My Baby and Me, a Christmas song. Now, it's not a traditional Christmas song. It's not Jingle Bells. It's not Rudolph. I understand that. But nonetheless, it's a Christmas song with a good winter vibe. And they're saying that I'm promoting underage drinking in the song. and there's nothing in there at all about underage drinking. So someone has put an algorithm together or something that they pick and choose who can say what or post what. And that is just wrong. That social media is not social anymore then. You're an independent artist like myself. I can't promote to my fan base. Also explains why my numbers have not gone up as far as followers. The streaming doesn't support what is actually going on with the websites or the Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook sites. I got like 3,500 followers. But yet, Highway 95 has been streamed almost 60,000 times. The first, when it was Raven in the Sky, before we changed it to the Raven, before we lost my brother-in-law, the promo for that was viewed over 100,000 times. But the followers aren't coming with it. And it's because they're not putting everything up that you're supposed to be putting up. I paid people to sync everything together. So everything's working together. So it's a very, you want to say deep state. It's very peculiar to me that it doesn't jive. And when something doesn't jive, you got to question it. And that's what I'm doing right now. Plus, I'm having fun with my cigar as I'm driving down the road here at the wrong time of day. It's 4:30, trying to get my son from school. And I couldn't put this up live, so I'm actually doing this live video, and I'll have to put it up later. But that's about it. If this goes over well and enough people watch it, I can see doing this again. Maybe do a cappella while driving, and do an original or two, or do a couple cover songs while you're driving. Because carpool karaoke, it's pretty cool. Now you got comedians and coffee, and everybody's capitalizing on all that stuff, which is another interesting point, that the comedians can't say the things that are funny anymore. Another red light. So I heard on the news the other day that Eddie Murphy's gonna do, I think it's 3 or 5 comedy shows. And I heard that, I'm like, awesome. I've seen George Carlin, I've seen Robin Williams, saw Bill Cosby, seen all the good, really great comedians. I've seen what's his name there from The Jerk, playing with the Steep Canyon Rangers, and I can't think of his name now. You guys know who he is. King Tut was his big song. We should hear that as a bluegrass song. Oh, Steve Martin. Steve Martin with the Steep Canyon Rangers playing King Tut. Check that out on iTunes. That's a good song. So anyway, that was my thought today. My thought today was do something different. As Americans, we should be able to smoke if we want to smoke, and shouldn't be ridiculed for it. Everybody knows now that you get cancer from smoking. So you want to get cancer from smoking, that's your prerogative. Like, I don't see why we have to be told what we can and can't do. I'm trying to think what else there is. I think that's about it. We're getting into the holiday season. I hope that the Nice Guy Johnny family has a great Thanksgiving coming up next week, and an even better Christmas. And I think maybe this is something that I'll do once a week. Little commentary, maybe something a little bit more set up as opposed to in my truck on the road. If you guys decide that's what you want to see, then I'll do that. But some commentary on just some of the things out there that are just kind of scratch your head. So, Tulsi Gabbard, if you're watching, A's for America, I think it's a great campaign song for you. Hang in there. You can beat this field. I know you can. And you shouldn't have to wait 4 years to run again. And because they can't keep you down. They've got nothing bad to say about you. There's no nicknames for you because you've done everything right. You've served our country. You keep serving our country, and just my opinion, stay in the center, be that blue dog Democrat that you are, partial libertarian, and A's for America. Good campaign song. Same thing goes to Donald Trump. You want to use it? That would be fine with me, because it's about the music for me. That's what it's about. It's not a political thing. More people hear it, the better. That's what I want. So I think that's probably about it for now. It's about 20 minutes. So hopefully I'll be able to put this up live. or maybe I'll be banned from Instagram. Who knows? But what is amazing to me is some of the things that have been said to and about my wife on social media, and I can't promote a song that's a Christmas song because it has tavern in it and sipping on wine, and somehow I'm promoting this to young children. I don't see how that's possible when you go online and you see beautiful women scantily clad all over the place. That to me is more of a distraction to the youth than the lyrics of a song with sipping on wine and that we love our local tavern. That's absolutely insane. So this is Johnny K from Nice Guy Johnny, and I wish everybody a safe and happy and healthy holiday season. Merry Christmas to everybody. And if you need to get a hold of us, it's at Nice Guy Johnny with Johne, because I couldn't buy it as Johnny with an NNY. So it's John with an E. And that's all our social media sites. If you want to hear our music, it's pretty much everywhere now. Hopefully the Christmas song will do well for us. It's a short time span on that. So it will be on iHeartRadio. It will be on Pandora as well. But you know as well as I do that the day after Christmas, they don't play Christmas songs anymore. So buy it, stream it, tell your friends, and until next time, don't be afraid to be different. All right, have a good day.